Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back again with another mindset video, or should I say mind reset video. I'm dedicated to bringing you guys these videos because I understand the importance of a changed mind. Nothing in your life changes until you change your mind. So in this video, we will be talking about 5 things I've learned about relationships. Let's get right into the video. When I talk about relationships, I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I'm talking about all types of relationships. Relationships with your family members, business partners, co-workers, friends, pretty much all relationships that involve human interaction. So lesson number 1, relationships can either build you up or break you down. Most people in prison can attest to the fact that the reason why they're currently in prison right now is due to a relationship. Likewise, those who have ever been labeled as great can also confirm that the reason why they made it to the top of the chart is also due to a relationship. Considering this, I've learned to pick relationships that are headed in the direction that I'm going. If you feel unsure of the direction that you're headed in life, definitely feel free to watch my 2 previous videos on how to find your purpose and how to create a vision board. Considering this, it's important to choose a relationship wisely. Hang around people who encourage you and push you towards achieving your goals or your dreams. Don't just hang around people that want to be around you, but hang around people that you know encourage you and push you to achieve your goals and your dreams. And all of this goes for everyone, including family members, friends, significant others. Just because they want to be around you doesn't mean that they need to be around you. So be more mindful. I've learned to be more mindful of who I choose to be around me. So lesson number 2, I've learned to have a strong sense of who I am. There's a saying that when you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. It's really important to have a strong sense of who you are, because if you don't, you can easily be swayed into what other people think, or you can easily be swayed to adopt other people's ideas, values, other people's vision, other people's standard, and you end up with no individuality. Like, just imagine, like, if every single time you met someone new, you became a completely different person. Like, it's at the end of the day, you're gonna get confused with yourself, and it's just gonna be hard to kind of like live your life if every single person you came across, you have to be a completely. Another thing is that, like, when you keep transitioning to a different person each time you meet someone, you end up with no individuality, and individuality is actually what makes people want to stick around with you. When you're unique, when you have your own, you make people want to stay around you much longer than if you easily camouflage into whoever you're around, because you can easily be replaced if you look like other people. Whereas if you are yourself, it's easier for other people to stick around you longer. My lesson number 3 is I've learned to choose to have a relationship with God. Now, the reason why this is so important is because so far I've talked about choosing a relationship wisely, and I've also talked about having a strong sense of who you are. But another lesson that I've learned about relationships is choosing to have a relationship with God. The reason why I say this is because my relationship with God that I've learned impacts every single relationship that I have elsewhere. The reason being is that when I started to understand how much God loves me, I started to love myself more, and as a result, I started to love other people more. Now, I'm not saying that I love everything about me or everything about other people, but I'm saying that I've learned it's something that I'm continually working on, and it's something that has definitely had a drastic impact on the quality of my life and my relationship with myself, in addition to my relationship with other people. The 4th lesson I've learned about relationship is just because you see other people doing it doesn't mean you need to do it too. What works for other people might not necessarily work for me. So this kind of ties back into having a strong sense of who you are, because there are times when in the midst of your relationships, your individuality is going to be tested. Are you going to trade in who you are to be like other people, or are you going to stick with who you are? Are you going to, stand up for who you are and stick with who you are? So I've definitely learned that just because other people are doing it doesn't necessarily mean that I need to do it. So I've learned to have integrity in terms of like my values, my belief systems, and how to kind of like stand up for who I am as an individual. And the lesson number 5, the last thing that I've learned about relationships is the definition of love. So for this one, I'm going to read it out because honestly, I think it's very important for me to say it exactly as it's written. So I'm going to go ahead and read it now. So the definition of love is, when I want for you what you want for you, then I truly love you. When I want for you what I want for you, then I am loving me through you. You can determine whether others love you or not, and whether you truly love others. Love chooses not for itself, but only seeks to make possible the choices of the beloved. So basically, when you genuinely love someone, you choose what they want for themselves. You're supportive of their goals, you're supportive of their ideas, you're supportive of who they are as a person. On the other hand, when other people love you, they are supportive of who you are as a person. They are supportive of your goals, they're supportive of your ideas, and they encourage you. So that's the last lesson that I learned about relationships. So in order for me to form good relationship with people, I have to learn to not only accept myself, my life, and my own decisions, but I also have to accept other people as well, their life, their choices, and their own decisions. So that's pretty much the five things I've learned about relationships. Hopefully you guys can take 1 or 2 of these lessons.